So he's got back to me and is saying, well, that's all very well with your Prince Buster, but what about the influence that dub music had when dub music became a genre, and the way it fed into the music of the Clash and the Slits. So I mean, this was an important record in its time. It was bigger when it first came out. The great thing is living in these days is they're bringing out smaller versions of these big records that used to do the rounds. About 1975, Bob Marley and the Wailers sort of hit the UK big time, and Rastafarianism and dub sort of start to permeate popular culture, and certainly underground culture, and certainly street culture. I was just thinking, like, if you think lockdown's tough, try living in Britain in the 1970s. London's burning with boredom now. London's burning now. I don't think I've ever experienced such a high level of boredom as what I did growing up as a kid in the early 70s. So you had to make your own entertainment back in those days. So yeah, Blackbeard produced this. Dennis Bovell, 1975. It's all to do with the newspaper. It's very British. It's to do with the newspapers at the time. Jamaican reggae was always about the news. They say that the blues is a newspaper of the people. They used to say that. We're going back to the 30s now. I mean, I'm not that old, but records were the newspaper of the people. You didn't have an internet back there. You got sort of an underground press of sorts with Oz and It and Friends, and you got sort of networks that way, but you didn't have the internet or anything like that. So you used to pick up information from record sleeves, and this one's about what happened in Downing Street in 1975. Now, what these great dub pioneers were doing, like scientists, I mean, it's amazing. It was producing such amazing records. I mean, this fed almost immediately into 5 or 6 years later. Kids growing up in London would pick up on this sound. I mean, this is Pill's Metal Box, where Joe Wobble's actually playing reggae in the background. I mean, he's got a Rastafarian name there, Joe Wobble, that Sid Vicious gave him.